to be honest.
I mean, the mic
Are you
is...
sure I can put it like on complete silence?
It don't matter, honestly.
No, yeah, literally, because last time we did the podcast, like, every time...
Obviously, you're not subscribed to my channel, because you don't know.
Every time we touch the coffee table...
the quality of my videos.
Every time we touch the coffee
Lack
table, the
thereof.
mic would pick it up. So if, like, we, like, picked up an ashtray, it would, like, sound loud as fuck on the mic, because we
Or
had
if
it,
you,
like, on the coffee table. It'd be like...
Yeah, and that's why I
Literally.
wanted to hang it up, because I thought if I hung it, then wind would be the only thing that really affected it, I guess.
Could you imagine, like, doing this, and then all you hear is... Because the wind. It'd be like, redo.
Honestly, the first one was the dryer, I ain't gonna lie.
Like, good hear.
It was, like,
It
bad.
was a dryer, and then the fan heater that we had on, like...
Oh, yeah. Which hopefully that's off. I don't know. Should we smoke first?
I'm good.
Before you are? Oh, yeah, true. You gonna hit that brie right there? The one that Chuck's making, then...
No, I'm good, thank you.
You better get... I don't know, get you a filter or something. Like, I am
need,
not
like,
getting
my
sick,
own
thank you.
mouthpiece. I'll just get one of the straw mouthpieces, you know what I'm saying? Just stick it on there real quick.
Honestly, good idea.
I was
No.
going to say that would be interesting.
No, thank you.
No, it's true.
I just feel trash, like, fuck,
Or you
dude.
could just light it
What?
like the old school way.
Oh, true.
When you smoke with people that are sick.
Damn, Chuck, it's because you know... What do they call people who are not millennials? Pre-millennials? Because you're a boomer, aren't you, Chuck?
I'll maybe be a little bit.
I was watching a video the other day, and it was the mom, which was the boomer, and then, like, the older son, which was the millennial, and then the younger daughter, which was Gen Z, and they went to, like, Target to, like, pick out, like, things that, like, related to their generations and whatnot, and it was just, like, it was interesting. There was a lot of things that he picked in Gen Z that I was like, oh, yeah, totally, but then there were some things I was like, honestly, no. Like, he picked Rolos for the candy. I'm like, Rolos? Really?
For what?
For, like, if you were a millennial, like, what millennial
what did he
candy?
pick it
Rolos. For candy.
I know, but for what gen?
For millennial. Because he was a millennial. And then the Gen Z girl, I think
You
she
would think
picked
that would be more for, like,
Sour
older
Straws or some shit.
generation.
Yeah, Rolos are like.
Thank you! Oh, the mom picked Raisinets.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Honestly,
literally.
Rolos are way better than Raisinets.
Well,
are
Raisinets
trash.
would have been the
Raisinets are trash.
you know, boomer
They're trash.
candy. Honestly, they're not that bad.
They're gross. They're
It's not
disgusting.
that bad. Honestly, though, I would have been like, really? As, like, a millennial, I would have picked, like, Airheads or something. Like, something that's, like, millennial, not a Rolo.
It's like Airheads were, like, the thing.
Thank you. Thank you. That were, like, Snickers. Like, what?
Yeah. And then if you got the white ones, those were like...
Oh, my
Oh,
God,
the
the mystery.
Like,
yeah, and
oh
you're
my
like,
God, tea.
is it gonna taste like...
Tea.
Oh. He said, nope. I don't like that thing.
Oh, yeah? What, you playing over there, Chunky?
Oh.
He's playing and, like, stretching and shit.
He's playing with something that's rolling around, but he put it in his mouth, dropped it, and then went like this, like, and straight up just, like, kicked it, and then watched it roll, and then stretched, and hit it again.
Yeah.
Oh, is this what you're talking about, the string?
Oh, the hemp wick? Yeah.
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 I didn't
Yeah.
say hemp.
You light it, the end of the hemp wick, and then light your bowl
You
with
smoke
it.
weed.
And then after you light the hemp wick, you have to, like... It's like a match, you have to...
Usually what I do is I twist it.
Oh,
your
yeah,
finger,
I've seen
when you
it,
do
and
that,
I didn't
it,
know
like,
if you were like...
will, like, light it out, yeah.
How's your laptop looking?
Honestly, I
God,
love.
Dude, oh my god.
He was so cute.
He
I mean,
was so
like,
fine. Like, I was like,
Damn.
oh my
He was
god.
also so nice. I bought this computer today. Literally. How much
Thanks
would
to
you
me.
pay for this computer? It comes with a charger. The gig is only like 60.
Where'd you go?
Whoa, it's
I
60 gigs?
Really, it wasn't the internal.
That's not bad, though.
Honestly, like, I
60
mean,
gigs? Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's like not 60 because like 27 of it is like the internal apps and shit.
but, like,
that's not bad.
at all.
And I have the external that I could just plug in and
plug
get
in.
more.
Boom.
Right.
I'm not
Weird.
gonna be like either.
O'Malley's?
O'Grady's.
O'Grady's.
Cell phone repair shop / game shop.
Because we were kind of on a hunt today for looking for Bree. Where's your? Oh, you
I got a
PSP now?
PSP today.
She got her
I was
PSP
about
today.
to ask, whose game is this?
Literally.
She literally
Oh my
just got it
God.
today. We went to Entertainmart to
Oh,
try to
shit.
find some, and there were plenty of. I wanted to get some for my 3DS games, and plenty of PSP games, but they were like expensive. Like,
And my only thing is that
Look.
Entertainment, they don't have any of the the cover art for the
oh,
for the
true.
game. So literally, I'm just looking at a prepaid game that's
You have to look at the label.
Yeah, and I have to read all the titles, and so I'm looking up these titles.
Yeah.
Do they look interesting? Because the back doesn't have shit on them either.
Totally,
so.
yeah. I don't know how much yours were because I wasn't looking in PSP, but my 3DS games ranged from it was $9 to $15 for one game, which I mean, okay, not a bad price if there were games that I wanted, but they were literally a quarter of the section was My Pets or some stupid 3DS game like
Those
that.
are the best games, though.
And then
honestly.
the other quarter was Brain Academy or Big Brain Academy or Brain
This bitch,
something.
even though it has no battery because they were all expanded.
Oh my god.
So you have to-
I forgot these even.
I know.
See, I know.
Literally.
Literally, throwback to I don't even know where
I was literally
2008?
oh my god, my childhood, and Sam was those came out in my high school days.
See, I know.
My childhood.
Just walk around and be like,
Yeah, I was
Chuck's
I think I was 18 when this
I
came out.
remember
Yeah.
what happened.
Literally, I want to say
Yeah, same. Literally, I think
was
it was
like-
one of my uncles that I used to play off of or something. Because I remember having one. Or
Yeah, I
playing
remember
someone's,
having one.
but it
and
wasn't
everyone
But then,
played them.
I don't know what happened to it. I have no idea where it went.
Me, thanks.
This one's
Um,
and the cord high, long as fuck.
I know.
I remember,
and then we went to
Game
this
Boy.
place, and her games were pretty cheap. He said. Mine were, but there were none that I was interested in, so I didn't get any. But he said that they range from $5 to
The most
18 or
expensive-
19 or
The most
$20.
expensive one was 40
So
because it
what'd
was
you
a
pay?
collector's edition.
$200 for that? 150.
And then at Entertainment, they had the game where a spoiler, it was Pokemon that I was looking for, of course. Literally, they had 3 copies of I think it was Ultra Moon or some bullshit. It was literally $40. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" From Entertainment, and I'm like, "I'm okay."
It's literally
Paying
$10 less than what you get at Walmart.
200, you said, at least.
See though.
The reason I say that because I saw that computer at Best Buy, and I'm not guessing as high as that.
Totally. Well, I mean, it is also used. It's not a brand new computer.
maybe 100.
Literally $45.
Bam, 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 bam.
Girl, I know. And
Literally,
I'm
I was like, hey,
okay.
look, $45.
I didn't realize it was used.
Yeah, totally. It's. I mean, pretty
Yeah,
good condition
the
for being
string
used.
isn't
Huh?
cracked. There's no keys.
What's
Literally.
what is the, what's
Honestly,
the name
pawn
of it?
shops are the
It's an
best.
Acer.
That's
Literally,
where
I
got
have this
my
exact same one, but
bigger.
maybe 3 times bigger than
I think
this.
that's
You
the
know,
one
and
you get
it's
at
all
I was
fucked
gonna
up.
say, I think that's the one I got at home.
Yeah.
Except it's big. And
Yeah, big. Yeah.
Literally.
Now, the mouse doesn't work.
No.
Melody spilled a drop of water because she's drinking water. And you know, sometimes when you're drinking out of a bottle
You have a hole in
And-
your lip, and it's just
and it just drips.
yeah.
One little, and I quickly wiped it off. And she went to go play with it, and she goes, "I can't find the mouse." And I'm like, "The fuck?" I go, "Where is it?" So I was like, "Shit! Now I gotta get a new one." But we don't have a charger for it, anyways. We're using my phone charger, and phone chargers don't.
You can
Yeah.
get a
Trash.
USB mouse if your USB plug-in still works.
T also maybe
that's what Sam
even
has to
do
do.
they also do computer repair there or just cell phone?
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, they might do. Maybe they'll do
Maybe.
computer too.
They had a lot of cords and
Yeah. Just like
extensions.
they had a lot of like the shop was super small, but there was a
Totally,
bunch of like
like,
miscellaneous shit.
Probably
like,
not bigger than this room. It was
Yeah, no, it was way smaller. Than
And
this
that was
room,
like the back by the register and the bathroom. That was his own private bathroom, and then like the inventory. Like it was this size, but it was nice.
Well, I told Melody I might get a new computer.
Tea.
Because, like, she
Honestly,
used to do her
pawn
YouTube
shops.
Literally,
stuff.
and
'Cause I
honestly,
got
so
my
far,
Samsung tablet, and it's
I
like
was so surprised.
it's
and,
used. It's not cracked. There's literally nothing wrong with it. I
and
got it
Facebook
for, like,
Market, literally
Facebook
$120. What this would have been.
$40. I've literally
But,
been
like,
looking for a PSP
yeah.
that like doesn't cost more
But
than $100.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I would
unless you
get
find the
one
good
again.
deal, you know, it's like hard. And luckily, it was just there. And Brie was like, "Oh my god, you want a computer?" And I'm like, "How much is it?" I'm like, $45. I'm like, and it was just like shut with like the charger on it, just
shoot,
in the
bro. Because if
case.
you weren't gonna get it, honestly, I was probably gonna get it.
Really?
Like, not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like,
totally. Like,
Maybe
okay.
I'll have to go there, because I told Melody, I was like, I would like to get her own computer.
Yeah, totally.
Because then when she
Honestly,
wants to do, like, her
Just look
YouTube-
around some like bigger pawn shops, cause like they what's the pawn shop that's off of Academy that we went to that had like a whole
Acme?
bunch of
ACME.
ACME like pawn shop? They have so many electronics there, like, and they have so much other shit that you're like
It's like
walking
maybe
over
2
shit.
blocks
It's like
north of
it's like a
us,
hoarder's house
and it's
store.
so it's like packed. It's almost like yesterday when we did a video last night. And prior to that,
Oh,
we
at
kind
the
of just went for
shop?
an errand, and Nikki was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take us to like this bong shop because you know you can see R.I.P. my Pokemon bong. It's broken.
Literally from the coffee table to the rug.
Literally.
Shattered. I was
God.
like, are you fucking kidding
So
me?
I've
Like,
only had it for like
Sad.
5 years, but it's so good. More than that.
Literally, I was like, are you fucking... Sam did not say anything.
Literally,
He
and
was
then
so
like
pissed off.
I like fell asleep after that.
Literally,
on
he
the
was
couch, like
well,
I'm
because
just
I
like
came
done.
in from work and he was already like
It was so
halfway
bad.
passed out on the couch.
It was
And
so
then that
bad.
happened,
They were
and he
so-
was
yeah,
like,
like, that
you know
was
what?
I was
I'm
done.
done.
Well, that was the day that. Oh my god, we'll get into it with the podcast definitely.
You're not recording.
I am,
Oh, it's
but I'm probably just gonna cut when I start. But
I was wondering
Literally?
if you were recording.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's recording when it's blinking.
literally though, Nikki heard about that and she was like, "Oh, let's go and just check it out." You know, everything's 75% off in the whole store, and we were like, "Oh, okay, kind of intrigued." Brie was like, "Well, what if it's like like Thurco's Headies where like their retail bongs are like $5,000, 75%
So
off."
75%
It's still a
off,
lot of
it's
money
like-
type of thing, but they were like decently priced. But literally, we walked in and it was probably once again the size, maybe our living room and kitchen area, but it was like 4 bongs deep and like just littered like bong to bong on the shelves.
Like
Wow.
hoarders.
Like we couldn't, and then like
this man ordered so much shit from the internet. And
literally
it was,
like got drunk one night and just like hella over ordered or something.
That's why everything's 75% off because he has so many duplicates.
It was
as
crazy.
well. And they're like not small pieces. Like there's some small pieces, but they're like
They were all
Huge
pretty
ass
big.
fucking
And then the
pieces.
worst thing about it was, there was the like the cases, and then they were behind the cases, and then there was like a space like where you would walk, and then there were boxes, and then there was a itty bitty little space, and that's where we were, because the boxes
It's
completely
literally
like
like-
blocked
from
off
the front door,
everything. It was
or from
horrible.
the back door to the bar. Like that was
The
how
distance
much you
from
could
like
walk.
where you would have, and then no, like the distance was like literally from like here to like the bar, like you would have to look at the bong that far away and be
from where
like,
you're
oh,
sitting
is that?
from all the way
But they're
over there.
4 deep, and they're
Yeah.
it's like it was
How
too
would
anxiety
you,
like.
How would you get?
There were
my
2 of them there. They were
crazy.
like, if you wanted us to bring anything down, then like, and I'm thinking to myself, bitch, what if I wanted like the 4th bong deep, 4 to the right?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you're gonna take out
see.
all these bongs just to get to that one for me to look at the price and be like, meh, type of thing.
My thing is that
I
like
think if I worked there and you did that, I would be like, you know what? Take it. Just make me go.
Literally,
Right back
like,
here.
literally too overwhelming. Like honestly,
Way
if
too
you like
overwhelming.
took one of the bongs and put the rest of the duplicates like somewhere else, like in the back or something, like it would be fine. Like it would still be jam packed, but like way less like disorganized and
Well, like,
shit. Like,
It was bad
Also,
though.
when you have something where you can only walk so far.
And then on top of that, it's like there were dupes. Apparently, I didn't see any dupes, and the reason why is because they were mixed in. So, like, yeah, there could have been, like, 4 dupes on, like, the same shelf, but they were all, like, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
either put all the duplicates together or
That
put them
would
in
be
the back,
smart.
you know? Or, I was telling them when we were leaving, like, they should, like, put it where, like, everything on this case is, like, $110 and then 75% off of the $110. And then put a big sign. Everything on this case, $175, you know, type of thing.
Because
And then we would have been more inclined to
it
look.
all made sense why shit was 75% off, because they had obviously just ordered so much
They're
fucking
like-
shit.
Way too much. Or
And then there was like
they were
this
in a
one-
really
there
big
was, like,
place
this
and
one
they hella
case
downsized to that small
that's
place,
like
you know what I
the
mean?
size of this,
Coulda
the
happened.
size of
Yeah.
this seat right here, with like locally blown glass.
I think I'd
All
get, like,
of the rest of the shit
Was
is
imported,
China
though.
imports. Like,
Totally.
I think I would like get a headache
It-
from just
Literally.
like watching.
Honestly, and then
looking.
it wasn't just us, and there's maybe like 4 other people in there with us, and literally the line was like, Bree and I couldn't even go by each other
Gee.
on the line, let alone all these people. Like, we would have to wait till they were done looking at a case and they moved
And
on so that
honestly,
we
it
could move
wasn't-
on.
It wasn't even
stupid.
a lot of people. It was
So
like
it's like if you were done looking at your
Yeah.
section, you'd be like, I know this. I
It was
know its
honestly
name,
maybe,
age,
That's what I'm
where it's
saying.
3 or
from.
4 other people in the store,
Who
but
made
it
it?
felt like so much like we didn't have enough space for even that many people.
Literally.
And my thing is that like I don't know why they had it blocked off,
Same.
like where you could walk up, because like we weren't even 6 feet apart anyway. Like we're literally standing in a fucking horizontal line,
Totally.
like looking at
And
shit.
then on top of that, like the
That's crazy.
cases were so far away from the wall where the other bongs were. Like, are they afraid that someone's gonna like reach over and grab a bong and run out of the store? But like, they would have to have very long arms because literally, like the case was like here, and then there was all that space, and then the wall where you guys are.
And it's
like,
not like you can just
I can't
fit
just
one of these
like
bongs
you know
in your
I'm
pocket or
exactly
some
like the
shit.
bongs were
Like-
big. Like I understand that maybe that could have been
with
the
how
issue.
small it is, you couldn't even run out.
Yeah,
But and then there were
they
2
were
of them
over
on
there.
duty. Like one could have been over here on this side, and it's not a big place. Like one could have been there, one could have been there, and they could have just watched, or one could have just stood by the door. Like I don't know.
And
But-
totally, the owner dude was trying to like be like super nice to us and like,
which he was.
gauge
He-
our interest. Which I mean, he was really nice, but I was
Oh.
just like, man, obviously you don't like know how how to make sales
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, because he was just like, you look like the someone who would want this bomb, and I'm
Like
just
literally pulls out the biggest.
I'm like, he
bomb
was like,
that he
it's only
has,
175, and I'm like,
Like, no, bro.
Only.
no, bro.
We're good,
like,
thank you though. Like,
No.
love you though.
So
Like
it's like
me.
one of
He's
those
really
people
nice.
that, in a way, they're pushy but not.
Yeah, totally. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, he was nice, and he
Yeah.
talked to us and, like, engaged in a conversation, but from experience, when I used to work at Hempstone, it's like, when people walk in, you ask them how their day is, and then you ask them, like, what are you in for? You know, like,
and they're
what
like,
brought you
oh,
here type
you're
of
just
thing.
looking. Then you're like, oh, okay, cool.
and if someone's, like, just window shopping, it's like, okay, yeah, have fun, let me know if you need anything, and I just will walk away. And I'll, like, go handle someone else, or I'll just chill back, or I'll just wait, or whatever, but, like, don't push something on
Yeah.
someone, especially when you're in like a shop like that. Like
When
there's
it's already
hundreds
too
of
much,
fucking glass
like,
shops in this
like,
fucking
you
city.
calm
Like
down. Like,
I don't have to go
if
to
you
you.
weren't careful and you had someone like really short, you'd lose it.
no, yeah, literally.
Like if Melody was with Melody? Oh my god, Melody!
And then literally our first introduction was this lady
oh my god.
and like her friend like come walking out and she has her like fucking like 2-year-old kid on her fucking side, walks out, gets back in the car, and I'm like,
The bitch is 2-year-old kid
Oh,
and she's pregnant.
and pregnant. And I was like,
Literally, I'm
I
like-
mean, that's okay. I guess you didn't leave your kid in the car or nothing, but like you could have had your friend or you could have stayed in the car and like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like, we don't have to take you into that fucking
I was gonna
crazy
say, I
ass
think
shop.
that's your hit. I'm not sure.
I'm almost positive it's Sam too.
Well, I'm ready. All right. Well, should we start? Are we ready? You think?
Do you mind if I have one?
Actually, I have that one, so that well, during the podcast you could have fun.
Thank you.
You yours? Well, hello everyone. Samson Love to My Species. How are all of you doing today? I hope amazing. And welcome to the podcast. This is week 4. Oh, today
Yeah, it's week 4.
we have other people. We have a lot of things happening today. Actually, this is the first time that we're actually recording a video, while we're also doing the podcast. Last week we did almost this layout, but minus the video, so it was just black screen. So we're improving.
Deep, honestly, we're getting our shit together.
Totally.
Like,
By the way, this is not Momo, Mumu, Nikki.
she's not
She
here today.
is caught up at home. Love you, Nikki.
Doing her schoolwork.
But we have special guests
getting that
today, and we have sponsors. I'm just kidding. It'll be so nice.
It's literally me undies.
What?
Me undies.
I have no idea what Me Undies is.
Oh,
What?
it's like an adult like sponsor, you know, like
I
they
would
like
think
make like
underwear.
custom underwear and shit.
Oh, what? And if you use code Love to My Species, you get 8% off. Your fifth order. You have to do 4 orders though before that at full price in order to get that 5th order 8% off. So yeah, totally. Order Me Undies.
Could you imagine if somebody commented and was like, oh, I tried to go to MeUndies. Oh, honey.
Well, we're getting there.
We're getting there. It'll
She's
happen.
like, they're like, I have Honey, and your code did not register through Honey, so you're like, oh, sorry. With Elise, our guest, and her
Do you have like
hubby
an
Chuck.
internet name or anything? Because like Sam's
I
is
mean, like when I
what's my
play
species?
video games and stuff, my name's Poison Universe.
Poison Universe. we
Damn.
love.
Okay. I'm that
do,
hippie panda. Like, but
Literally,
Poison
and then of
Universe,
course this
okay.
is that hippie panda. How we doing today?
Fucking feel like trash, but you know, like whatever we live. Like.
She's a. What did Nikki say? Poison Ivy.
Oh my god, Tito.
She's Poison Ivy, that hippie panda. Or she's that hippie Poison Ivy panda. With all the red.
I was
Oh.
gonna say,
If you were there yesterday, we did a video and she was in
The
her
robe.
robe, and now
Now
she's
she's in
in her bottoms today. I'm just in regular.
Thanks, the
you know,
Ark.
blue.
Can you imagine getting sponsored by the Ark? Fuck.
That'd be so amazing. Arc, sponsor us, please.
Please.
Thrift store, we love you.
I mean, they're definitely like child friendly.
And I'm like smoking a cigarette, we're smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
The pipe's right there.
Yeah.
You know, we live. Lot to cover today, but I invited Elise over because today, or not today,
last
Thursday, I want to say, right?
Yeah,
I introduced her to our book club, and so she's our first book club member. Yay! Where's that little button where the kids are like, yay!
Or the clapping.
Oh yeah.
We have one at CMB, but it's like what's my favorite word? And you press the button, and it's like bitch.
Wait, there's a button that really says that?
Yeah, it's like
How
that
what?
expensive, but yeah,
Anybody want this?
it's literally a bitch button.
Down. Are you gonna go?
I'm okay. I'm not trying to give anyone corona.
Are you sure you can light it?
Honestly, I'm gonna be really upset if it was from that party because literally I got so paranoid at one point because I was like, no, I swear to God,
Were people wearing masks at the party?
no. I was like, I swear to God, if
Do you
any
know,
one of these
my friend
motherfuckers
lives
give
in
me something.
Illinois, and there's a bar that's open where we used to live, and he said he walked past it because he was walking his dog. He lives like right behind it in the apartments, and he said there was like more than 100 people in there. There were people outside.
No, 6 feet separation.
Resistance.
I almost literally. I've been watching This Is America videos. And
Oh my God, have you really?
the BLM movement.
Our quote for the whole entire year is "This is America."
Literally, which I was saying that right, and then when you were taking your nap today, I was like, what the fuck is that from? So then I looked, and it's like an actual song. I mean,
Yeah,
by
yeah. Not The Weeknd, but what's his face? Literally, fuck, what's his name?
Does anyone know? It's like Sam, not Sam.
Yeah, it was like when did that come out? Like 2019?
No.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll actually just put it like right here, so that we can
Oh my god.
I'm scared.
I got scared because there's tape.
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
That's a
The rapper, what about?
yeah. So like, I
He
want to
made the
know
song "This Is America."
Oh yeah.
This is
Yeah,
America,
yeah.
right?
But we've just been using that like anytime we see some crazy ass shit.
No,
we're like,
'cause
this is America.
the other
Like-
day, it was literally last night. We went to Come
Wait,
and
when did
Go,
the song come out?
and I'll get there. And literally, I got a Snickers bar, and I ate it last night, and I was telling Bree like, oh, like, what did I say? I was like, pretty on the outside was like the wrapper, but it was empty on the inside. Empty on the inside, like. And then I'm like, this is America, where it's like pretty on the outside, but
Dude,
reality
nothing
underneath
on
it
the
all,
inside,
like we're fucked type of
Give
thing
it the
here.
dream, like where you at? Like please don't.
But,
Where's that?
Good question, Bree. When do you guys think it came out?
2018, 2019.
I think it actually.
Chuck would probably know.
I think either 2018 or 2019.
Do you? What about month?
Whoa, that's a little bit too much. Definitely like right before the Corona. I feel like.
Maybe
So you think it was
between-
2019? Because Corona was in 20,
Yeah.
right?
Fuck, I don't know.
Literally, same, because I thought this was a new song. I didn't know this
No,
was like
no,
a
it's
couple
old. That's
years
what I'm trying to
old, you
remember.
know? And then I mean, it's probably not trending anymore on TikTok anymore, but it was on TikTok.
It was when it
trending.
came out.
For
it
a
was
while.
when it came out on YouTube.
I
For
really
sure.
like when I hear it.
I
Oh,
saw
really?
all the
Especially-
memes and shit.
But like, I feel like I haven't had TikTok on my phone for maybe a month, but prior to that, I feel like I still saw some on my FYP page.
Yeah.
Do you know when else it was popular too? When that George Floyd guy got killed.
And that's what I'm saying. That
Oh,
happened in
yeah,
2020,
yeah,
right? That
yeah.
happened during Corona.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so
But
that,
that
like, I
song-
thought the song was literally not even a year old yet. Like, I thought that it came out around that time,
song
but in
that
reality, they just brought it back
Yeah.
and, like, used it for, like, their clips and whatnot to, like, put on TikTok. Literally, May 2018.
2018. Yeah.
Which I mean, like, damn, that's, like, going on 3 years right now.
T, literally. I
Like
feel
crazy.
like it just came out last
Have
year.
you heard the Nick Cannon song called "I Can't Breathe"? It's
No.
supposed to be made based off the guy that. got
And that
murdered.
one just recently came
That
out.
one came out when Corona was happening.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've heard that one.
I know. Is there a meme about it?
T. You can't play it
There's
on
not
the,
a meme.
on the video
Nobody's
because we
gonna
don't want to
know.
get copyrighted.
think so.
Like,
Oh, you literally, I know, not playing. I just want to see when it came out.
If you don't watch sports, really, you won't know either because they wore like shirts before like pre-ones that said.
You said it
oh,
was
yeah,
Nick Cannon?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, Nick Cannon was the original that made it, but it's a lot of people that remade it.
Oh yeah. Didn't Nick Cannon work for Disney for like? a
Well,
little bit or
there's
some
one that
shit?
says like I can't breathe
Disney Channel?
again. Is that the one?
Yeah, it was like that
This-
one like late night.
Yeah,
Show
or something.
or something.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
This one?
Disney
This one.
Nickelodeon,
I
same.
don't know.
Because this one
Oh, yeah,
it
this
has
one.
1.4
Yeah,
mil,
totally.
but the one below it only has 4.8
That was the
thousand.
best thing to do.
So I have a feeling it might be the first one.
Yeah, T.
But why would it say I can't breathe again? You know. That means
Whoa.
I assume that there's a I can't breathe video that he did.
It could be that because and this is pretty messed up, but there was a guy in Florida.
It's always in Florida.
Florida
What?
or Louisiana
What?
that got choked by
And
the
you watch
cops.
Crime
And he was telling them they couldn't breathe.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you listen to
And
any of the
maybe
tapes,
that's why it's like that.
And honestly, I think I saw him because I literally was looking at This Is America, TikTok, whatever, TikTok, meme. And a lot of them were representations of like how these people, you know, were like brutally killed or like even like raped or like beaten to death or whatever. And then like it actually showed like it was like the person like the TikToker who was actually like acting it out, and then they showed their picture. And I believe that one of them I saw when I was like, oh, this must be what was his name, Floyd, right?
George Floyd.
George Floyd. And it was like a completely different person. I was like, whoa, I didn't know this happened like multiple times.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
unfortunate that like it's
That's
not.
what the Nick Cannon video shows. It shows
Yeah.
pretty much everything that's.
But
happened.
did he do this one for that one or like for both of them? or just for the whole
He
BLM?
did it as a whole.
Oh, okay.
But
And I'm sure a
what
bunch of
got him
people
to
made
make
like
the song
fan
was
videos.
what happened
and,
to
like,
that guy.
covers
Totally.
and, like,
But they're on Twist.
Yeah,
Where
honestly,
are you looking at it? Where are you?
just on YouTube. Yeah, just literally everything. I use YouTube more than Google. I ain't gonna lie. You can literally look up like 6 times 8 on YouTube, and it'll tell you. It'll have a whole video explaining it.
That's how you do it.
Those
This
were
is
always
how
the
you
hardest
solve
for me.
it.
Like,
Trust Melody's doing multiplication.
9
but,
months
like,
ago. Oh my god, multiplication. Fuck, dude.
She's like, I don't know this, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, I think it's.
I literally never.
You're like,
forget-
I think it pulls out phone real quick.
I will,
Like, I
never, I
think
will
it's
never
12
forget
times
when
86.
my math teacher was like, "Oh yeah, you can't have calculators on the test because you're never gonna have a calculator in your pocket." You're like, "Bitch, we already have."
I'm
that
like, I
shit."
use
like, what do you
calculator
mean?
more
Like,
than
But it's funny because I heard the same thing
I mean,
growing up,
I
and
understand
it
you
was
wanna build
almost
that, like,
true growing up because like
mental,
only
like-
so many of my classmates had phones.
yeah, T.
Only like maybe like 20% of people.
But I
did.
mean, honestly, it's not
whereas
even
now
like
it's
phones,
like
but,
everyone
like,
does.
I had like iPods that had calculators on it. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
okay.
Like, ones that weren't even like touchscreen. It's like a little spin around.
Oh my god, we love the little spin around. Shoo, what is it?
Shit, I could even
The
record-
Nano.
Yeah, the Nano. I could even
Yeah.
fucking take videos if I didn't like want to buy the Apple iTunes cards. Like
Yeah.
just video, music
Excuse me.
video, and boom.
I'm over here just like slouching and shit. Like I need to like
Girl, same.
be up and
I need
shit.
some tea because I'm like dying.
Oh,
This
it's
coffee.
good. I'm gonna have to take a picture.
What did
of
you
that
get?
tea. The one that's on the table.
Oh, is that the one from the box?
Is that the
That you got-
lemongrass or is that the ginger?
I have no idea. I didn't read. Because then Sam
Weren't
showed
they
me
all? Weren't they all from like a big box? Didn't you get that from like
Maybe.
Grammy or
Shit, I
something?
don't know. I have so much. I had so much tea at one point. Like,
Girl, it's up there still.
gosh,
But I think it's because like
Well,
it
now
was in
that
that
I
big
know,
box.
if you guys have hot water, I'll drink it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I love tea.
Honestly, I used to be more into tea than in coffee. For
And honestly,
few years.
sometimes tea has way more caffeine than coffee.
Yeah.
totally, and also tastes better.
Honestly.
And I would say even healthier because with tea, 90% of the time I don't have to mix anything with it. Whereas with coffee, it's like I usually
it's
put
always
I
sugar, always milk.
I don't always put sugar, but it's always some type of cream.
Yeah.
Always some type of cream.
If I drink coffee, I have to have a creamer. I
Yeah.
hate the taste of coffee. It's too, especially like
I will say though, for a good maybe year, I drank black, and that was only because my
Really?
aunt and uncle who I lived with drank black.
And if that's all they did, they didn't have anything.
I mean, like she had it, and I could have done it, but like, I think when, you know, the saying like when you're like around some people, like you are who you are when you're around them, and
I think the book says that too.
that's what I'm saying. Literally everything, like, because I was going back to like watching like all of like the BLM movement that happened earlier last year, and all these TikTok trends that have been surfacing, like how so much of that correlates with the book, and how if only like we just got rid of this ego and like we stopped telling, you know, like hurting and like